Alright guys, welcome, this is HD and it's time for game number 2 here between Elfi and Stephano from Assembly Winter 2012. I'm so excited. Stephano actually lost the first game against Elfi, which I'm going to tell you guys right now I was not expecting at all. If I was a betting man, I would have put my money down on Stephano. He has a 70% win rate. I know him, I've seen him personally before. I've never met Elfi before at any LAN events or any major tournaments I'm planning to, but I know Stephano, I've talked to him, I've hung out with him, drank with him. He's an excellent ZVP player, 70% like I said before. Antigua Shipyard is 70% favored for him. And then Elfi just brought the thunder and the pain and thunder, and he took him down with a 2-base, basically an all-in off of 7 gates plus a robo. Started with Warp Prism Harass, which didn't really work out in my opinion, which is 3 sentries, didn't really do that much damage. 1 drone is something that you can easily replace a Zerg, and well, Stephano just didn't expect that huge Stalker Immortal sentry ball, and it unfortunately caught him off guard, and that is why I'm just not a big fan of, unfortunately, roaches in Protoss versus Zerg. Or Zerg versus Protoss, depending on your point of view. Obviously, because Stalkers, Sentries, and Immortals all are very effective when used in the right hands against Roaches. So we'll see if Stephano tailors his build against Elfi this time around. I'm not too sure if he's going to go for Roaches again. The map is Antigua, excuse me, not Antigua Shipyard. The map is now Shakura's Plateau. Antigua Shipyard was the previous map. And this map actually will favor Stephano as well, but not nearly as heavily as it was on Antigua Shipyard. The Antigua Shipyard was 70% statistically favoring Zerg, but this map is 52% favoring Zerg. So it's still Zerg favored, but only very slightly, and I would imagine here that Elfi would probably play more of a standard game. I don't think he's going to try to cheese again. You know, this is a very easy map for Protoss to go ahead and stay on 2 bases, get their infrastructure running, and then start to move out across the map. I also feel like the map is very well tailored for Protoss players to kind of use this corridor right here, this avenue where things are choked off, and this is something that was not present on Antigua Shipyard. An avenue where Protoss players can feel protected and safe around cliffs and ledges and hills and mountains and rivers and flowing streams and God and heaven and everything. That's something that Protoss players don't have on Antigua Shipyard, something that Protoss players do have here on Shakura's Plateau. In fact, they can even walk the Colossus up this cliff and start firing from the high ground as well, which can be very effective as well. We'll have to see what happens here. We do have a 2-base opening from Elfi, and once again, very similar looks like. He's gotten the gases, up 2 gases on the main. And we'll see with the timing on his robotics facility in this second game. The timing on the Robo Bay usually tells a lot of things. An early robotics facility typically means Protoss obviously going to get that quick observer out, but that quick robotics facility can also mean, like we saw before, the fast Warp Prism, and that's usually what Protoss players are doing these days against Zerg, really depending on the Protoss play style, but a lot of Protosses are kind of adapting that White Rose special tactics style. Otherwise, a lot of Protosses can just go right into standard gateway builds. They can go 3-gate robo right into Colossus play as well. Stargate kind of fading out of popularity. I haven't seen too many Stargate openings, especially not double Stargate opening. The single Stargate opening is still very powerful because it gives you that nice map control. The quick Void Ray is so handy. If you guys are ever playing Protoss, get that early Void Ray out. It's not that much of an investment, and you can sometimes force lesser Zergs to overreact to a Void Ray, which is, you know, very nice. If a Zerg sacrifices 5 or 6 drones, you know, just to make a billion Spore Crawlers, that's actually a benefit for you. And we can see here Elfi is going to get a Stargate after all, so he may actually just stick with the Void Ray play here, and we'll have to see how effective it's going to be. So 1 Stargate on the way. It is on the edge of the base, so a potential Overlord could come in here to scout it out, and oh wow, Elfi is going to go for the double Stargate. So I'm totally wrong, guys. I was, you know, just talking about it and saying this is now phasing out of the metagame, but Elfi decides to bring it back. He's going to go for the double Stargate opening. Some Zergs actually just consider this straight up cheese because it's so much of an investment from Protoss. And we'll have to see. I mean, honestly, it's going to depend on which Elfi goes for. Is he going to just save up 4 or 5 Void Rays and then buck in with all of his invested resources in the sky over to the Zerg base? Or, you know, is he going to try to mix and match with Void Rays and Phoenixes and then transition out of it? I don't know. We'll have to see. I would imagine since Elfi cheesed in the first game, he might just straight up go for another cheese style again. And if Stephano does not scout this out with an Overlord, he could be in so much trouble. And unfortunately, Azurgling cannot see up the cliff. So the two Stargates here completely hidden. Overlord is nowhere nearby, and it hasn't even begun moving in yet. Stephano could be in so much trouble. He's just now started the lair, and he has no anti-air whatsoever. Save the queen. And he could get Spore Crawlers down, but as of right now, as of things standing right now, he has no anti-air that can hope to deal with the Void Rays, and this could be just an absolute game changer if Elfi saves up a large amount of Void Rays. He's chrono boosting, he's double chrono boosting the Stargates right now, and so he's building up what seems to be a large Void Ray force. He's got 2 on the field already. He's gonna have 2 more, and now here's the key timing. Is he gonna wait for more, or is he gonna go in with 4? And I think he's gonna go for the latter decision as he's going in with 4. Yes, he will. And he's gonna build more on top of that. So pretty much an all-in from Elfi. And Stephano sees it. He saw it with the Overlord down south. He saw the Void Rays moving in. He's building up the wall of crawl now. And is he gonna have enough Spore Crawlers in time? I have no idea. The Void Rays are making their way in. They're gonna focus down the Queens first. The Void Rays are charged up, but the Spore Crawlers begin to spawn out, and that will be enough for Stephano to hold this off. Stephano with an epic hold. That is why you have Overlords around the map. Even though Stephano didn't send them in to do the crucial delayed scout, he still saw the Void Rays inbound, and he was able to get the Spore Crawlers up in time. Now, he's been able to save the main. Will he be able to save the natural? Remains to be seen. He's bringing down a couple of Spore Crawlers right now, and I think, yes, he will be able to hold this off. What a hold by Stephano. He's even killed off a Void Ray as well, but a 4th Void Ray joins the prey to replace his fallen brother. Now another one drops at the same time. But I honestly think that Elfi is now grasping for straws, because if you think about it, the Zerg economy is just going to be booming. What we're going to see here is a first world country, which is Stephano, versus the third world country, which is Elfi, which made the drastic decision to invest into the national air defense and did not invest in its economy or its citizens, and now they're going to pay the price. So Elfi in a lot of trouble now, and is now going to, oh wow, his front door is under attack, and the invasion of the third world country has begun, and Stephano sending in the Zerglings. He is going to get a couple of probe kills here or there, about 2 so far, gets a full scout as well. He sees the transition into Robo, he sees the 7 gateways as well, so now he knows that the desperate country has now gone into all-in mode. He's in it to win it now, and that's what Elfi is doing, and that's what Elfi's mindset is, and it's literally just gonna be mass ground combined with whatever Void Rays are left standing, and that's pretty much all she wrote. So Stephano has scouted it, he's got the intelligence, but will he be able to correctly make the right decision based on that intelligence? He's got to get all of his forces now in position to deal with the impending all-in. He's got to get all of his Zerglings and Hydras out here, and there's quite a few Hydras on the map right now, and gosh, I've got to say, Hydras are such a good unit at the right time. A lot of players will just say, man, Hydras are absolutely terrible, they're garbage, but if you think about it, in this situation here, what unit would you not want but the Hydra? The Hydra is the perfect unit to counter Phoenix, Void Rays, and even Zealots. As long as the Zealots don't have charge, the Hydras, I think, combined with whatever units they have floating around, are just going to tear apart this all-in, and Elfi's little pitiful band of Protoss units have no chance at all. And all of a sudden here, Stephano looking very solid. I think Stephano, he's on 4 bases, his economy is booming, is going to take this into the 3rd and final matchup, and we'll just have to see. Elfi is just preparing for that all-in. Actually going to wait for +1 weapons, I guess, before he makes that attack, just to maximize his chances of winning here. Continuing to warp in units and just waiting, biding his time. The +1 weapons is about to finish in about 20 seconds, and then he should move in. But the folly here of waiting for +1 is it allows the Zerg forces to continue to muster up, and his own +1 upgrades and various other upgrades to finish as well, which was Roach speed and Hydra range, and that is so many Roaches and Hydras. I have no idea how Elfi is going to hope to make a dent into the Zerg army, and Stephano gets his surround. Beautiful positioning, and the air and the ground combined will all fall down, and this time that Warp Prism has nowhere safe to hide, as there are Hydras on the map, although it looks like all the Void Rays were able to kill off the Hydras, so I guess Elfi wins in terms of air because he has so many Phoenixes and Void Rays up, but you know, there's Queens and Spore Crawlers, and as long as Stephano makes the hold here, which he should, he has a huge Roach army, he would just be able to make a counterattack, and that would have been GG, and as Elfi realized it, he types out the GG. So it is tied up now, 1 apiece, here at the Assembly Winter ROG 2012. This is from the round of 8. I'll be casting all the games from round of 8 onward. The $20,000 prize pool is enormous, and I hope you guys all enjoyed this cast. If you guys already saw this live casted by Diapollo and Total Biscuit, well, you guys get to see it again, or if you guys don't want to, you guys can of course turn it off, but I'm willing to bet a lot of you guys probably missed it because MLG was on that same time, and well, I hope you guys enjoyed regardless. I'll be casting a set a day, so Game 3 will be coming out later on today. Hope you guys enjoy, and this is HD signing out.